Monster Hunter World. A friend bought me this game a few weeks ago and it has consumed my life ever since. It's essentially a game where you just punch monsters and make armor and weapons from their skin. Let's start with the intro to this game. We open with a brief introduction to a few main characters, including, but not limited to, Excitable A-lister, the Handler, and the Serious Handler. They really couldn't have given these people actual names. I feel like this game wants me to really care about these characters and their struggles throughout the exploration of the new world, but I really could not care less about what they're doing. Anyway, your ship gets knocked about by a big dragon dude and eventually gets stuck on its back, leaving you and the Handler to navigate your way home. On this journey, you meet Easy Monster number 1 and Aunt Janet, two early game monsters that are terrific farming when you're low level. You also come across my favourite character in the game, Matt Mercer. He has no other name, shut up, Capcom named him poorly, this is his name. He's really just a buff dude with a cute face and a big sword, and a good voice actor. What's not to love? Mercer then proceeds to show you around your new home and sends you off to go pick up a weapon. Now, this was a very difficult choice for me because some of the weapon choices currently available are shunned by the community. I started off with the bow so I could just stay out of everyone's way and avoid conflict with other hunters. But as my journey went on, I decided, screw the other hunters. I want to use the big one that's actually not too big and also allows for a modicum of speed whilst dealing an okay amount of damage. And it looks cool when you fill your weeb gauge. I went with the longsword. Okay, so here are the weapons you can currently choose from. We've got the oversized sword, the not allowed sword, the I'm cool and want speed and defense sword, two not allowed swords, the big hitty, the saxaboom, joust time, explosive joust time, another big sword that's also just a small sword, an axe, but also big sword, spinny spear boy, little gun, big gun, and the one that does no damage but you feel like you're helping anyway. Anyway, enough of the rambling. After this, you just beat up a bunch of monsters while using the only viable gear in low level and hoard all of their tasty body parts to use later when you finally decide to make a weapon. Though, there's really no point in doing so until you've reached high rank because you're just going to throw all of that crap away anyway. And that's really it. There's some more story in there that's vaguely interesting, but the game really is just beating up big monsters and making weapons and armor from their corpses. The main praise I can give this game is that the act of hunting these monsters is pretty damn fun, and doing it with a few friends can make it even more of a blast. Now, I do need to complain. There are a few things in this game that just really annoy me, and I cannot go on without saying them. If you're playing this game with mouse and keyboard, as I did, you may notice that the menu is a little bit clunky and dumb, and I hate it. It's difficult to move through this thing, and sometimes clicking something either doesn't work at all, or selects the option above or below what you've actually clicked. This isn't exactly game-breaking, and it's understandable considering its a port, but something about clunky menus will always rub me the wrong way. I've also heard that this port isn't great with controllers either, like some button inputs just won't work at all. Ironically, the controls in the menu seem to be fine. They're the only real technical issues that I've had a gripe with, so let's move on to the monsters that make me angry. First and foremost, the bane of my existence, Basil Geese. Or the name I lovingly gave them, fucking geese! These motherfuckers pop up in almost every zone in high rank and they drive me insane. They fly around and drop bombs, then swoop you, stun lock you, and explode the bombs, resulting in your character fainting. This happens far more times than I would like to admit. And then the game has the nerve, the gall, the utter balls to say, hey, you know that bullshit goose you've been fighting every goddamn hunt for the past few days? Well, here's two of them. Oh, and we almost forgot, they're way harder now. For a while, this was the worst quest that had ever come up and I didn't want any part of it. I tried so many times to beat it, only to just continuously fail and get increasingly more frustrated with it. Then I had a friend, the Golden Wiggler, come along and destroy them because she's high level and cool like that. Then, peace. There weren't any overly difficult quests for a while, and everything was calm. Then the game said, hey, do you remember that Elder Dragon that sets everything on fire and makes it difficult to fight unless you used ranged weapons that do nearly no damage? Well, here's his girlfriend, and she's way harder, has more damaging flames, and it doesn't matter if you're ranged anymore because she'll just stun you with a roar and shoot flames hundreds of meters in front of her. With a little help from random people, I managed to beat her introduction quest, so that wasn't too bad. But then, I was given a quest to fight both of them. Also, they stay together, so not only is it difficult to fight the blue one, but the regular one is there to hit you every single time you somehow manage to dodge the blue one. I've tried this quest so many times, and I just die again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again! Oh hey, cool, we beat it. Nice. Praise be to the mighty Wiggler. And that's Monster Hunter World, or at least what I've played of it so far. Despite my complaints, it is a phenomenal game that has consumed weeks of my time and will surely consume many more.